Awo, that has no ending, that is boundless, that is infinite. Awo. Thereby, I could name Madon on area awo. Madon in yewe, doba canono on area awo, Eden Wada no area awo. I could name Madon no never wajid. No yogi weekend washing she. Yabe no area awo. Aban delfunyin de basani no area awo. This name I whoopsha. Oh no. Yabi kubo. Nyembo. Aboma. Enuani awo. The concept of reincarnation. Death is inevitable. But to Enuani people, death is not the end of life. Longevity is a heritage of all Enuani and Igbo men and women. And with this, and this is with or without the use of Idai, a potent longevity charm prepared by most Igbo people of antiquity. It was in the light of this discussion that one elderly man in an interview asserted that he has never seen an Ebo, a term used to also refer to Umunna. He has never seen an Ebo that is led by any man who is less than 75 years old. When death occurs, the funeral is so meticulously and traditionally conducted to ensure that the deceased passes to the afterlife and that his or her spirit treats the living with kindness. The dead is buried by 4 distinct lineages of life called Ebuano Wesiabienu. They include the patrilineal lineage Yabomunna, Ebuenadi, the matrilineal Ebueni, the father's mother's family, and then the mother's family. These lineages will attend the funeral and present Akwacha to send the deceased away with love and warmth. In this way, Adwe Dogini Luong, what is death, is the end of enmity. Even if while the person lived, he or she had been enemies with these lineages, death brings reconciliation. Also, another reason for proper funeral is so that if the person reincarnates, which is our topic for today, that he or she will not be source of Ibuluku problem to the family. Reincarnation in Obolo culture and most Enuani and Igbo communities is distinct from genetic inheritance. We must differentiate the two, or mere physical resemblance. A child can be born with deformity, resemblance, or character traits of their ancestor who reincarnated. For instance, if a man dies amputated or beheaded, the body part is replaced before interment. This is to ensure that no child is born without some body parts due to reincarnation. Also, the culture of Ipuagana is mainly performed on warlords or a member of the Iyase group who has spilled blood. But a history lover, one Mr. Anthony Bawone, explained that Ipuagana can also be conducted in a child who has reincarnated from the spirit of a warlord who did not live to perform the ceremony of Ipuagana. Some children are seen to possess a very strong potential to perpetuate violence or Ibuotrum. If a child is born and he or she continues to behave in a certain way, perform a certain task with ease and fulfillment, visit a certain place for unexplainable reasons, then such is considered as Nyebuawa, the cause of the death of the person who reincarnated through that child. Ilike humado osono de eliji, aswa kimiji de eliji obuawe, miribuawe, nnibuawe, kimiji de atoka obuawe. Kobi like semado yeline iri apaka osi no mari maka na obuawa. That is sarcasm in a local parlance. Death is not to be mentioned when an Igbo person or woman dies, especially in most Enuani communities. Death is not simply closing your eyes and stopping breathing. Some people have been reported dead and later came back to life. Again, it is also with or without the use of a dai. Immediately after the declaration that a person is dead, there are some rituals that are performed. And when these rituals are performed to revive this dead person, and he or she does not revive, that is when death can be pronounced. Then, during interment, these words go to confirm that indeed, Enuani and most other Igbo people practice reincarnation. You will hear people saying, Ebi wozo ajo unyama o ishu. That is in case the person married the bad wife, or the wife was perceived as bad, leading to his death. Ega hukwa agwa ni ebi wozo ajo unyama ozi ishu. To those that never lived or regarded their kinsmen, you will hear them say, no wayozo, ega mari wini. This is to show you that we believe that when someone dies, the person comes back through reincarnation. There are so many aspects of Igbo culture that promotes reincarnation, that believes in reincarnation, that believes that when a child is born, it will help in better understanding that child and then guarding that child. If it is properly understood that it helps the parents to understand and guide that child aright. So I am asking you, in your part of Igbo land, how is reincarnation done? Or have you done away with the practice and belief in reincarnation? I usually hear people say they are doing second burial, and I have gone a long way to correct people that we don't do second burial. Funeral is only done once. That is, it is not when you dig the ground and put a dead person inside that you have conducted funeral. It is believed that you have conducted proper funeral after this person has been properly buried in the traditional way. That is, the traditional rites have been fulfilled. That is after funeral, and the processes that accompany proper funeral of an Igbo man will be discussed with using Enuani communities as case study. I will discuss it the way it was in antiquity and the way it is now due to modernity. But still, proper funeral rites must be conducted before it can be said that an Enuani or an Igbo person has been thoroughly buried. If that person, for instance, will be buried outside the person's omona or family or lineage, a caricature of the corpse is made and brought back to the village. A representative of that person's body is brought back to the village for proper funeral. Otherwise, that spirit of that person will continue to hover. Omanwike zumike, omananendokwa bupolo bioyo. That can the second drive. Yubo Enuani, Yubo Igbo. Kebo nwe kuzimi basana Enuari awu. Kiko na akpo reincarnation na asụsụ obodo isi bịa liko Igbo. Kiko na akpo reincarnation. Unu emeria, unu kwedine mmadụ anụgharị agwụ. Maka na nwa tupu a ga-eji ime mmadụ, anyị bụ ndị Enuani. Ọkpala ga-ewecha akwa ọcha wee kpa. Abụ mmaji akwa ọkpala kwa eji efime oke isi. Akwa nwunye kwa ga-atụkwasị ya n'ụkwụ. Akwa ada kwa ga-etie n'okpuru aka. All these things are very symbolic. Akpati juzie was the wike ga-eti akwa. Wee detozia esepụwa. Wee detua esepụ. Womesi akwa ndị ọkwa ga-ele we recover none of funeral expenses. When ememekwa onye gbasana akwamozu, ebo na ndị ụlọ atụ ego wee kwado ndị eke ememanye akwamozu. It is beyond social gathering. It is a very traditional process. Just like a child is born and we take interest in the naming ceremony and every process of that child's upbringing and welcoming into a lineage, That same way, when a man dies, when a woman dies, we take proper process of traditional funeral rites to send that person away into the afterlife. Maka na obele mmadụ ebine ndụ ọhụma, mmadụ si na ndị mụ na ndị amụọ adịl, ọ dị egbu oge mmadụ eme ndị amụ. Because we all die and become these ancestors. We all become ancestors. If you have not treated your ancestors fairly while you were living, when you eventually pass, how will you be welcomed in the midst of those ancestors? That is why you hear that someone dies and calamity starts befalling his or her family because the person has left a lot of work for the living. So while you are alive, how have you treated the customs and traditions of your people as an Igbo man? Thank you so much for watching today's video. I don't want this video to be long. I want it to be very participatory. You as an Igbo man or Igbo woman, do you believe in reincarnation? How is it done in your own community of Igbo land? Do you people practice reincarnation? Do you believe in reincarnation? When a child reincarnates with a deviant character, what are the things you do to propitiate it? In my place, in Obuluku, I am from Obuluku in Enuani, a community in Anyocha South local government area of Delta State. When a child reincarnates with a troublesome character, this is a rite that is supposed to be done for somebody who has gone to war and come back. This child has never gone to war, but is always willing to commit murder. So after this Igbo, you will see the child will come back to normal. That is a rite that the person who is reincarnated through that child would have done if the person was alive. Thank you so much for joining Enuani Cultural Forum. Hello, I hope you enjoyed today's teaching. Be sure to place your comments in the comment section and also ask us questions. Correct us if there are places you think we did not represent the Igbo culture appropriately. Send us messages. We will be here to attend to them in the comment section. Until we come your way next time, see you in our next video. Be safe and continue to make Igbos proud. We are proud people. Thank you.